I'm gonna start this video by saying I do not like Joe Budden. I think he has an above average intellect but uses it on people he feels cannot keep up with him in a malicious way. Although I didn't see Charlemagne's original video, Joe recently made a video clapping back at Charlemagne the God, basically schooling him on wealth, ownership, and being your own boss. As much as I do not like Joe, I found myself agreeing with everything he said, and here's why. Let's talk about it. So in his rant, he referenced a Breakfast Club interview that they did with business mogul Dame Dash in 2015. When I first watched this interview way back when, I found it so educational and very motivational. I couldn't understand for the life of me why Angela Yee, Envy, and Charlemagne the God were so defensive and combative on the things Dame was saying. Although Dame is known for getting in his own way because of his temperament, he did spit facts.
Well, let's talk about you. Do you feel like you get your props as a mogul, man?
I don't care. I take my props.
Word.
Give a fuck about props. I care. Yeah, I do get my props. I'm not a mogul. I'm a tycoon. I sell oil. Don't disrespect me and say I do everything everybody else does. And I put up my own money. All these so-called moguls y'all talking about, you name one of them that put their own dough up. A boss, you're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours. So how much money can you get paid to not? There's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I could call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, yo, that's my boss? We don't do that.
I mean, everybody at some point has to have a boss, right?
No, not in Harlem.
You're somebody's boss.
No, I'm not somebody's boss. When I was in the street, someone wasn't your boss. They gave you an opportunity.
Okay.
They gave you some work. You go make it, and then you bring it back. You can go buy your own work. You do whatever you want. It's called consignment.
So why this can't be all work? This corporate America, we could be using
you don't
this.
own it.
But
I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why. Question. Let me answer your question.
I'm listening.
Can you give it to your son?
I give what to my son?
Whatever you
shares
working
of this
for.
company, I absolutely positively can.
How?
Right, because I own shares of this company.
You bought them?
Yes.
What I'm saying is, can your son eat? Is this yours to give the whole company
this
to you?
This full company is not my son's, no.
If your son needs a job here, can you give it to him? No.
No.
If your son needs to get some money out the bank from here, some cash flow, can he get it?
No.
All right, you don't own this.
But I can take the money from here to invest in myself.
No, it's not yours. I'm not gonna fight for something I don't own. Men don't do that. I don't fight for other niggas. I fight for me. I'm not a doula. I'm not gonna build somebody else's company and then take shares so my son can.
But what about taking the money?
You come to work every
took the money from Def Jam.
I didn't take no money from Def Jam. What you talking about?
I mean they cut you a check.
No, they didn't cut me a check. We had a formula based on performance, and they calculated, and we got paid.
That's us.
Stop. That's not us.
That's what we
doing. No. I put up way more money than Def Jam put up. Me, Biggs, and Jay put way more money up into Def Jam. I mean, rather into Rockefeller than Def Jam. All they did was collect our money. What you mean? Why you think Def Jam? First of all, when we were with Def Jam, they were bought by Universal. How you gonna call how you gonna think someone that's bought by someone could be someone's boss? That's my point. You have to understand what you're doing in business because you gotta do what's best for your kids. What's best for your kids is to put your money into something, distress, go through all of it, so when your child becomes a man, he doesn't have to work for nobody.
Right, well that's working because I enjoy it.
Why don't you listen?
I work here for free.
Who could work? Would you ever enjoy being a slave?
It's not a slave. This is what I enjoy.
I don't think this is slavery, Dave.
Do you have to come to work today? Do you have a choice? Do you have to ask somebody when you have to? Yes, you do.
I don't.
Or you're fired. Can somebody tell you you fired?
I honestly don't.
Can somebody tell you you fired? Yes or no?
Can
Can another man say you're fired?
Absolutely.
No one can tell me that.
So I'm not saying that being your own boss is easy. And if you're like the majority of the world and have a job, saying your boss is your daddy is a little extreme. But I do believe Dame does make some very good points. Growing up, my father always told me that if you do business with someone, you want to enter as a partner and not an employee. Of course, at some point or another, you are going to work for someone, but that should only be a temporary thing, or you should always have a side hustle. In the entertainment industry, I find it way cooler when someone's able to speak freely and say as they please without fear of getting fired. Take the example of Joe Rogan. The only thing you really have to worry about is stepping on the toes of your sponsors, and some usually support you because they know what type of content you create. Unless you have ownership, no matter how valuable you are, you can get dropped in an instant. And let's not even talk about the difference you'd be making as an owner versus being an employee. Here's what Joe had to say to Charlemagne about this.
This goes back to the Breakfast Club interview with Dame Dash. And he tried to tell y'all, But it went how it went when you're trying to explain something to people who just cannot imagine that.
Yeah.
Charlemagne, you're not gonna get it because I own this. My most valuable, my most powerful, my most accomplished asset, I own it. Ownership. You see all these black people running around preaching ownership, ownership, ownership. There's a reason for it. You, my friend, work for iHeart and have for 10 years. I came in here one day and said, yo, Stephen A. Smith got $10 million a year. I see him on everything. He's doing the finals, Sports Center, he's interviewing athletes, he's fucking talking to Max, he's talking to this person, he's got a radio show, he's doing everything in the world. 10 million? Well, yeah, when you don't own some shit.
Yeah.
We got that part. But let's zero in on what it means. Charlemagne, you broke an entire radio station. Number one, morning drive. 10 years in a row. I asked him when I spoke to him, do you think you're paid properly for the work that you've done? How much y'all make up there? You ain't got to answer it. You don't have to answer it. I know, y'all know, go to sleep and think about it. But 10 years at number one, breaking a radio station, breaking a network, because it's iHeart.
Right.
They also have a podcast division. See, Charlemagne, for me, Joe would never do that because it signifies conflict of interest. Whoa, the radio has a podcast department. No, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I only thought the Spotify shit would make sense because they were fighting with the labels. Let's get them some money and see what they do with it. We synced it. Now we know. And I'm coming back to tell people, like we've done historically, you cannot ruin user experience this way. Know why? Because it's fucking mine. Fine, let's do it. Charlemagne. They ushered your ass right out of the HBO doors. Why? According to you, for something you didn't do. That's oppression. That's what happens when you don't have your own.
Right.
Charlemagne, you've been number one 10 years at iHeart, fucking mass media conglomerate, and you're just talking your network, but you're not paying for nothing. So what splits are you about to get? That's what Spotify said to me, Charlemagne. They said, hey, we want to participate in something that we're not building. And I said, no. I've never asked for anything. I've never asked for anything. There's been no negotiation because there's nothing to negotiate. I'm looking at how you treat people. What is there to discuss? I came here for information. This entire time you've been giving me information. You approached me 8 months into the joint. Hey, here's a new deal I want to fuck you in. We said no. They come back in December. They mad about it, no bonus, cool. The bonus is written in the contract. It's written there. Hey, if you hit this, you get this. Guess what? If the people making the rules change the goalposts, you don't get it. Charlemagne, you'll never know the true value of Breakfast Club when you're in a fucking multimedia conglomerate.
He's kind of saying the same things Dame was saying back in the days. That, you know, you fund your own thing, go through the stress, and get your bag. So basically, I find it really interesting. I felt like he just dropped knowledge, and this is knowledge that some people even pay for, and it's free. Especially the Dame Dash interview. The Dame Dash interview was like a masterclass, I feel, on how to think and how to proceed. And I hope people are actually opening their ears and listening to what they're saying. And I think if you do listen to it, you can take something from it. So shout out to Joe Budden for just dropping that for us. Not just going in at Charlemagne, you know, like I don't really care about the drama they have going between them, but I feel like through this drama we're able to get some good gems. And I hope you guys are taking it in, paying attention and listening. I think that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, comment, give me a like, and I will be coming out with more stuff very soon. Thank you for watching. I hope this finds you well.